Alright, welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney. It has been a while since I last recorded this, but last time we ended off at the end of, I believe, episode 3. So, we're going to start episode 4 today, which is the Clouded Kokoro. And I happen to know that the word kokoro means heart in Japanese, so I'm kind of curious why they left it like that. There's probably going to end up being some kind of reason. Maybe it's somebody's name instead of the actual word heart. I don't know. But we will find out. So let's actually do that. We'll start that right now.
Tokiori, 僕は思うのだよ、ワトソン。ホームズは物憂げに首を振り言った。我々が目にする事件は本当にそれが全てなのだろうか。その裏側に誰も知る者のない物語が隠れているかもしれない。ハーブティーから立ち上る湯気を覆うその夢見るような眼差しの先には、きっとあの雪の日の夕刻の情景が浮かんでいたのだと思う。ブライアロードの歩道に倒れ伏した若い女性とその背に刺さった狂人。ガス灯の明かりが柔らかく切り取った奇怪な事件現場の情景。不可解な姿なき犯人の事件は薄い霧の中静かに幕を開けたのだった。
Alright, so that was kind of interesting, but I'm not going to take too much stock in it, since as we saw from like the whole speckled band thing last time, those little Sherlock Holmes bits seem to be kind of nothing more than really red herrings or things meant to just be kind of flavor, I guess. They aren't really useful hints in terms of solving the mysteries in this game, so we're not going to pay too much attention to those. So, alright, let's begin. I mean, yeah, I guess if they came from, like, rural, like, old-time Japan, they probably wouldn't be that familiar with, like, Western hotels. Yeah, I mean, I really have no idea how much 3 pounds is, especially for this time period. Like, yeah, even today I have no idea how much that would be. But at least that kind of puts it into perspective. Well, I'm sure that's probably not going to end up being too difficult. I'm sure there are cheap places to sleep in London. Like, I'm sure not everybody here is rich. And then we've got this guy again. That was an interesting transition, how it went from, like, front view to side view there. I wonder if we would actually have passed if we didn't get a not guilty there. Alright then. At least that means he probably, if he heard about everything that happened in that trial, then at least he's probably not upset about what happened in the latter half. Okay, another test. I mean, no. I guess there is that, but, I mean, that's... I'm pretty sure I remember that we did end up, proving reasonable doubt there, so... That's not on us, that's on the prosecution. You should be concerned more about their failure to prove their case than about our ability to do our duty, so... I mean, I guess there's that. But that's how... I mean, that's pretty much the closest thing to how the actual law works, so... I don't know, I don't necessarily disagree with how things went down there, even if it was a bit shady, I guess. I beg your pardon? Alright, well that puts an end to that. That's not exactly what I expected, actually. Okay. That's not good. But that's a problem, because if he knew something, then we will never find that out now. I mean, we might, but not from him, at least. Alright, let's start by examining things. Let's start with, this. Whoops. Why a nightmare? I mean, I guess he just doesn't like reading books. Russian books. That might actually come into play later, because we know that Russia had a part in the Nikomina case. I mean, I guess there's that as well. What else have we got? We've got the suit of armor again. I don't think that's correct. You know, I don't think that they should be that surprised that this is armor, because, I mean, look at the kind of, like, lower part, and I don't know, like, it doesn't look that much different from, like, a samurai armor, or Bushido armor, or something like that. I don't know. I mean, the helmet is very different, sure, but I think that anybody would be able to see that that's armor. I feel like we've seen this text before, but I don't know. I also don't remember it that much. I think we only have this left. Alright, so that's everything to examine. Let's talk. Actually, we'll do some presenting first. Well, we've just got our armband, but we'll present that. I think we've definitely seen that dialogue before, so... Alright, let's actually talk. We'll go with Magundal's death first. Yeah, it did catch fire. Come to think of it, that might have actually been shown in the cutscene. It's just been so long, didn't really remember that detail. But I don't remember it, so it might not have been. I think someone had to have put him in there, because I don't see any reason why he would go inside the burning coach. Even if it wasn't burning at the time, I don't see any reason why he would go inside, so... He probably was killed and then put in there. Maybe they put him in there to burn the body so that, the cause of death or any clues as to how he died would not be discovered. Oh, interesting. Okay, so that explains why he was inside it. Huh, so somebody had like a bailiff in their pocket or something, or someone who... I don't know who he heard that from, so... Alright, we can talk about the British court system. It was something. Like I said, I think it has a lot of potential to make for some interesting cases, but I feel like we're only gonna get like 2 in this game. Then there's a whole other game that is still not translated yet, so... who knows? Yeah, that's what's going on here. Well, at least he's humble. Then again, the thing about pinnacles is that they're all downhill. I don't know, like, after you get to that point, it's all downhill from there. And they're gonna be like, what, that was simple? I mean, yeah, because the prosecution couldn't prove its case, so... Hmm. It almost seems like he knew that it would be not guilty from the beginning, and that's why he gave it to us. I don't know, I think he's gonna say something else here. Alright, so what is this new case? Let's hope not. Okay, well that's a good thing, I guess. Although, the fact that he said yet is a little concerning. I'm pretty sure that you did. It's not your job to do the prosecution's job for them. You're one side of the coin, prosecution's the other side. Okay. Ah, probably because it's the same prosecutor. Alright. Okay. Okay, so he knows exactly what happened during that whole trial. I figured maybe he just, like, heard some of the details, but no, he called it simple while even knowing all the details. Or maybe he's referring to something he said, to him yesterday, actually. Never mind. Hmm. Alright. I don't know if we should necessarily be telling him this, because I feel like if there's somebody who we were being sent there to, like, investigate or something, it could actually just be this guy. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. We don't know what he was planning to do, so... Alright. So here's our detective, I guess, for this half of the game. I wonder if we're still gonna have, Hosonaga. Alright, I guess we've got to examine him. Is he eating like a bunch of bread and fries or something wrapped in a newspaper? I don't know, I can't tell exactly what's going on there. I mean, we're indoors, so... Alright. Okay. That is not the right word there. I don't think that term even existed at this point in time. I'm pretty sure that was invented in World War II by the US. But then again, I have no idea. I can't really verify that historically. Alright, I guess you're busy with lunch, or whatever is going on in that newspaper. Foreign bumpkin. Hold on, let me read that again. Maybe he's referring to Hosonaga there? Because who else would be stepping on a detective's toes like that? Hmm. Tobias Gregson, Scotland Yard. So that's another Sherlock Holmes character, I believe. I don't know if his first name in the book was Tobias, but there was definitely a Gregson, so we're getting a lot of Holmes in this game. And if she's a Holmes fan, then she probably knows his name as well. Alright, let's talk about him, I guess. Yep, there we go. I mean, I didn't know that he was recurring, because I've only read like a part of the first book, but... I don't... I mean, from the parts that I read, it was really not much of a rival. It was more like... I don't know. At least if he was a rival, it was more one-sided than that. Then again, I could believe it when it comes to this game's Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, that is an exact quote. I remember hearing that. Okay. I mean, I guess that's why he was saying that earlier. Okay, so you're just guessing, really. I wonder if he actually literally has something on his back and everybody's just gossiping about that or something. Has like a kick me sign or something. Alright, how about the incident? They said nobody's died yet. I mean, I guess that's one way of thinking about it. Alright, so there's a similarity with the opening. Oh, okay, so it's an assault case, but not necessarily a murder, but it could turn into a murder if her condition worsens. Alright, now it makes sense why he said it that way. I'm gonna guess neither of those, or maybe both. Okay. Alright, but that doesn't mean anything. Unless he's saying that basically the prosecutor just does all the detective work and the detectives don't have to do anything, and that's why it's easy for them. Alright. But that's not really... That doesn't really tell us anything about the current case, so... Except for the last one, so... His streak is now over. I guess the news hasn't spread yet. Wait. Okay, so... We're in charge of defending McGundle, the late McGundle, against charges that he can't even be tried for? Hmm. Wait a second. Hold on. Oh, I see. So it's not about the guilty verdict. It's not like he just gets guilty every time. It's that the defendant will always die even if they get not guilty. And that's why he calls it a curse. Okay, I get it now. Alright. And every time I look at that food he's eating, I get really hungry. I don't know what it is, but it looks really good. That's what he said, so I guess we could check there. We also want to go to the hospital, check on the victim. And I don't think he's saying that I don't think he's necessarily saying that the defendant this time was Cosne McGundle. I think he's just saying that the defendant last time didn't live, so our victory doesn't mean much. I believe the word "gowl" there is actually pronounced jail. It's just a weird, like, British way of spelling that. So, yeah. All right. Number 53. I guess we should hear his story before we go investigate the crime scene. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, we don't necessarily believe that McGundle was innocent, but we still did our best to represent him, so innocent or not, we still have to do our best as an attorney here. Although these games are more about, like, believing in innocence, but in reality, being an attorney is about, it's not about believing in innocence, it's more about just doing the best you can with what you're given, and, not necessarily believing one thing or the other. It's not necessarily about believing that your client's innocent. It's more about just, I guess, making sure that all due process is done correctly, making sure that the prosecution is adequately challenged so that they can't just get away with anything, you know, that kind of thing. All right. So, any new evidence? Doesn't look like it, but we might have a new person here. Yeah, we've got Tobias Gregson, age 44, detective in charge of this case, carries out his investigations with stern and diligence. Loves fish and chips. Ah, that's what he was eating. I'm not a fan of fish, but I do like the chips half of that. Alright. Let's move to Briar Road or the jail. Let's go to the jail first. A prison that detains prime suspects. We can interview the defendant here. Cell 9. Okay. Hmm. I mean, if everything's made of wood there, and everything's made of stone here, then it's gonna be, I guess, more, what would you say, threatening, or, I don't know, a more foreboding atmosphere here than in Japan. Yeah, I don't see anybody. Okay. Oh, please tell me it's not Sherlock Holmes. Oh, what if it's actually Hosonaga? Or not? No, that's someone completely new. I mean, he has black hair, so he could be part Japanese, I guess. It's always interesting in games like this or stories where part of it takes place in like one language and another, and they don't really like specify which parts take place in what language. So like I guess we would be speaking to him in Japanese here, but they never really say like which parts are supposed to be people speaking in English. It's kind of confusing. Right, I'm pretty sure we just asked him what his name was. Well, I guess he's a bit happy to have like one of his own countrymen defending him. That's a stroke of luck, I suppose. So maybe this guy is actually the foreigner that that guy, the Gregson, was talking about. Did he just dab? I don't think so. Although he probably left for a reason, so I don't know if he's too happy about it. We'll see. Okay, so this guy's an exchange student? Hmm. Is he like trying to do like some kind of sign language? I don't think ASL was invented at this point in time, but who knows? I mean, just taking one look at her and you would see that she's Japanese. She's wearing like a kimono and everything, so... You don't really look like an exchange student, though. You look more like a businessman. Okay. Soseki Natsume. Okay, well, we can start by presenting him our armband. Well, it's not exactly ours, but that's okay. We don't need to tell him that. Okay, well, what exactly is the misunderstanding here? I don't know. It seems he thinks we're like a first-rate attorney, but I'm not sure why, so... I mean, we are undefeated so far, so... there's that. Actually, come to think of it, do we have his profile yet? We do, and he's 33. He's kind of old to be an exchange student. And didn't he say that he was only sent 1 year ago, so he would have been 32 at the time? So... either he's just... I don't know, I guess he was just sent there to... I mean... I guess you're never too old to just go to a foreign country to learn things, but I don't know. I'm just not sure if I buy it just yet. No choice but to comply. That's interesting. Okay. Alright, so English literature. So his field is maybe literature in general? Maybe he's like an author? Hmm. Is he hoping that they're just gonna send him back or what? Because he's slacking? Well, attempted murder, at least. Or assault at the very least. Okay, so you're a witness to the murder. Somehow you didn't see the suspect. And I guess that's why you're suspect number 1. Alright, let's see. Hold on, I actually missed a line there. Something about a bookshop. On his way back to his flat, after making his cursed purchase at the bookshop. I don't know what he means by that. Okay. So that means there was somebody behind you who did the stabbing as you passed by her. Well, it looks like she was heavy-set at least, so I don't know, her thick skin kind of helped her a bit. I'm not sure that that's necessarily a great thing, but at least she's not dead. Okay, so this is probably going to end up being a photo of the crime scene that they're going to show off. And I bet you these books here are going to be important. Also, it looks like they didn't take her purse at all. So that rules out robbery. Okay. Nobody in front of him, but... He only said he didn't catch sight. He didn't say he couldn't hear anybody. I don't see which part of that doesn't add up right now. Well, no. Not necessarily. So, if we think about it, like, what are the possibilities here? Maybe either somebody was kind of matching footsteps with them and kind of following behind them, and then quickly stabbed the woman, or maybe somebody threw the knife into her back somehow, launched it. I don't know. I mean, it's not impossible to throw a knife. Yeah. I kind of internalized that, but I didn't really say it. But yeah, I figured there has to be somebody else around who was a witness to the crime. And we're probably going to end up cross-examining them. And they're probably going to say they saw him do it, so... him. Oh god. Oh great. Another case of Sherlock and fixing his deductions. Well, at least we're gonna get some of those cool scenes again. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll figure it out. It's pretty similar to the second case, though, in that it's Sherlock's fault that there was even a wrong conviction in the first place. Assuming it is wrong, which we don't necessarily know that, but... Let's hope that his reasoning is a bit better this time than the last. Last time it was like... It was something that... Or it was a mistake that somebody could have made just from, you know, not being familiar with certain things, like Japanese characters or the nationality of Ryunosuke and what was his name? Susumu? I can't remember. No, Susato. No, that's her. I forget. Hold on. Well, it was Asogi. Yeah, that was it. Basically, just the fact that he wasn't familiar with these people meant that he just jumped to random conclusions about them. Maybe the fact that he's a bit more in his home territory, he'll have a bit better reasoning. I don't know. We'll see. They thought his French bread was a weapon. That's kinda sad, if true. I mean, I guess he could have seen this guy's footprints, followed him home. It makes sense why he would suspect him, but I guess we're just gonna need to figure out, I don't know, how to overturn that. Just starting from the premise that he's innocent, which obviously Sherlock Holmes does not do that. He doesn't ever start from a premise, so That's where we're gonna differ from him, I guess. I wonder if there's actually going to end up being some kind of like English misunderstanding here in the involved in this case, because I feel like that seems like it seems like this guy struggles with English, so I don't know. That might be, I don't know. That might play a part in this. Oh my god. Yeah, I think so. I think it's worth a look anyway. Yeah, but we're a law exchange student. It's different. We're authorized to do this, so well, we did stand in Japanese court once and win, so I mean, it would be pretty difficult if you can't communicate with them. I mean, I feel like being like the only Japanese people in this country, or I mean, I'm sure they're not the only ones, but like just being so few in a group, it kind of would give them a sort of a kinship, kind of a desire to stick together somewhat. So I feel like they would want to defend him. You know, I really don't know about them using that word. I should probably look that up if that actually existed before World War II, because it feels weird. So I guess he can understand what they're saying, he just can't verbalize it, which is definitely something that I can understand. Like, it's easier to understand a language than it is to speak it yourself. I think it's pretty reasonable. I don't know, I think we should take the case. Oh, well, first we're gonna go to the crime scene. Feels like our protagonist here has a bit of imposter syndrome, where he doesn't necessarily believe he's qualified to be in the position he's in, which it's not that he necessarily is, but he's there for a reason, and he did study his ass off on that cruiser, and he also stood in court twice, and he won both times, so I think he's perfectly capable. Okay, so do we want to go to the crime scene? I mean, I don't think there's anything left to talk to him about, so we could go here, but I don't think there's any reason. Yeah, okay. Alright, well, we will check the crime scene as well. We've still got a bit of time, so... Strand Street. Okay, so... yeah, that would be Scotland Yard, I believe. I mean, there's something about this. I don't know. Those helmets are rather phallic, I guess, in nature. I wonder what would have happened if we came here first. Maybe they would have, turned us down from investigating. Alright, let's see. We can show them our armband again, but I don't see the point in that. We can also do some examining. We've got some stuff over here. We've got a bike there. We've got some guys to talk to there as well. We've also got a snowman, and we've got another guy to talk to right there. Except it looks like we're just going to examine him. Alright, so I think first we will talk to Gregson. Yeah. Maybe at this point in time. Wait, they go around waking people up with a... just by knocking on their windows with a rod? Oh, waking up all the workers. That is weird. I mean, I guess in an age where people don't have alarm clocks, it's nice for... I don't know, it's probably convenient to have the police going around waking everybody up, but just imagining that today, that'd be really messed up. Okay. I wonder, actually, if the culprit was disguised as someone in Scotland Yard. Since we're spending so much time on this, I wonder maybe if somebody was wearing a Scotland Yard helmet or something. Like, they would just... Nobody would really pay them any mind, right? Like, they would just, like, think of them as, like, almost background. I don't know. Okay, let's see. About the incident. We need to talk to Holmes, first of all. We need to figure out what his reasoning was for suspecting our client. 2 days ago at 5 p.m. Okay. That's a little savage, like, I wouldn't exactly call her a lady. I mean, I know she was big, but come on. I don't think her testimony would be very useful anyway, if it corroborated with, what our client was saying, because that just means, she would just say that there was nobody else there but him. Alright, that should come in handy. Let's see if we can take a look at that. At least they do have some semblance of discovery. The location where the victim was found has been marked. Let's check that out. Okay, so Briar Road, Meerschaum Road. I thought I saw the word Strand Road, but maybe that's here. We've got Calabash Road. Hold on. Well, actually, we'll check it after. I mean, if anything, the fact that he didn't see anyone lines up with nobody else seeing anyone, so... It means that he's not lying, at least. Okay. Maybe somebody saw it from their windows? I don't know. We're definitely gonna have to cross-examine them. Or at least talk to them, if this never goes to trial. Alright, we'll talk about the witnesses, but first I just want to take a quick look around. So this says Strand Street. But I can't tell which... Like, in theory it would be here, right? So that would mean... Like, around here? Around here-ish would be where she was found? Well, let's see. There would be, like, hold on. I guess if you count this as that little lot there that they're looking at, then I could kind of see that being, the scene that we're looking at right now. I don't know. I can't tell if like we're supposed to be looking at it from this way or that way. But anyway, we will take a look at it in a minute. We might end up doing the actual examining next time, and we'll only talk to him this time. So let's see. First, let's talk about tomorrow's trial. But, I mean, in theory, if we got him a guilty verdict, he wouldn't get the death penalty, right? He didn't even kill anyone, so... He would just get, like, a prison sentence, I assume, so... I don't know, in theory, that might be the one way to save him. I don't know. But then again, I'm sure whoever is going around killing all this guy's, suspects, they probably have their fingers in, like, the jails and whatnot, so who knows. Yeah, it is weird for him to be prosecuting basically just a random stabbing from some random foreigner. Yeah, I don't think that this guy would get the death penalty if he were found guilty. It could have something to do with the young woman herself. Maybe there's something significant about her. Again, it's another young blonde woman. That might be a recurring thing in this game, of just young blonde women appearing and them potentially being another young blonde woman in disguise. I don't know. Alright, and last thing, let's ask about these witnesses. Oh, one of them is gonna be Sherlock, right? Oh, okay. It's not you, so... So either this constable is our culprit, or our real culprit was able to fool a constable somehow. Both of which are pretty extraordinary claims. Then again, the constables in this universe are not very... They're not the brightest bunch, so I don't know. Okay. Hmm. Apparently he didn't even know that. I mean, at least as far as I got in the books, which was not very far, admittedly, they never felt like rivals. Like, literally, the first book starts with Gregson sending Sherlock like a letter to just help him with a crime. So he wouldn't be doing that if they were rivals, or if he didn't actually desire his help. Although we know firsthand now that his solutions are not always correct. Hmm. It makes sense that he wouldn't be too happy about that. So she probably thinks that it's going to be hopeless, but... Oh. Oh, okay, Sherlock, right. I mean, we will have to talk to him at some point, but I do want to take a look at the scene first. Oh, I guess she would know his address, yeah. Because it's in the books. I wonder if he gets, like, visitors all the time because of that book. No, we're not going there just yet. So, we're actually going to examine this place, but we're going to do that next time, because we're kind of running out of time here. I don't want to do like a 2-hour episode again. So, until next time, take care, and I will see you then. So far, it's looking like we might actually go to trial with this, but who knows. I hope we do, honestly, because I want more of that trial stuff, but we'll see. Yeah, so, until then, take care, and I will see you then.